What's happening there, everyone, and welcome back to another great video on our channel. Kanye West has been involved in somewhat of a feud with Pete ever since he started dating Kim, and now things have taken a drastic turn. In this video, we're taking a look at Kanye West revealing how Kim Kardashian is manipulating Pete Davidson. But before we begin, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Number 8. Kanye exposing the truth.
You know, how you gonna bring me to SNL and kiss the dude you dating right in front of me? And everybody's like, oh, that's cool.
There's been a lot going on between Kim and Kanye for the past few months, and one thing that everyone can agree on is that Kanye has done some over-the-top things on social media. While he has been a bit extreme when it comes to these things, some fans are aware of the opinion that he's been exposing the truth behind Pete and Kim's relationship. One thing about Kanye is that when it comes to speaking out about things, he never holds back. This may have worked for a while, but recently, this got him banned from Instagram. He had used a racial slur against Trevor Noah, and Instagram couldn't and wouldn't tolerate his behavior any longer. This is why he hasn't had the chance to respond to all the fresh news about Pete having tattoos of Kim. Number 7. Wanting to be happy.
The boyfriend texts me, antagonizing me, bragging about being in bed with my wife.
Recently, one of the biggest news about Kim has been her interview with Ellen, in which she revealed that Pete has a lot of tattoos of her. But before all that, Ellen was asking her about her relationship with Pete and how that came about. Kim said in the interview that these days she was just focusing on being happy in life. She even went ahead and said that that was also the one thing she told her friends to be. What she meant by this was that being with Pete made her happy, and as such, she wasn't affected by anything that was said about them in the news. This could have been a positive outlook on life, but it has already had negative repercussions for her on social media. Number 6. Branding on Pete. If you didn't already know, there was recently a series of text messages between Kanye and Pete that were leaked by one of Pete's friends. These messages went viral, and one of the main reasons why had to do with the fact that Pete was shown having a tattoo of Kim on his body. So naturally, when Kim sat down for her interview with Ellen, she was asked for an explanation regarding that. What she said next was entirely unexpected, and Ellen's face was filled with confusion and shock. Kim said that what was shown in the picture wasn't a tattoo and that it was a branding instead. What she meant by this was that Pete had gotten a hot iron purposely pressed against his body, which had resulted in a permanent mark in the shape of Kim's name. If this sounds a bit gruesome to you, you're entirely justified in feeling that, because even Ellen's audience was disturbed by this. But Kim wasn't done at this point.
Wasn't allowed to know where her party was. There's nothing legal. They're saying that these are the kind of games that's being played.
Number 5. Another cutesy tattoo. While the branding thing is a bit difficult to wrap your head around with, one thing that did catch Ellen's attention was that Kim mentioned Pete having multiple tattoos of her. Ellen immediately interrupted her and asked her what else he had done to himself. She said he had multiple tattoos referencing her, but one of her favorites was the one that said, "My baby is a lawyer." This tattoo on Pete references the fact that Kim recently took the first step towards becoming a full-fledged lawyer, and Pete was so proud of that he had it permanently etched on his body. While all this is very cute for a couple to be doing, it has disturbed some fans who think that having so many tattoos for a person that Pete has been dating for a short while is a bit strange, and they have a strong justification for feeling like that.
What Kanye said after he went off the air last week was one of the worst, most awkward things I've ever seen here.
Number 4. Not the first time. Pete's relationship with Kim isn't the first time he's been in a relationship with a high-profile celebrity. In the past, he's been in a relationship with people like Cassie David and Ariana Grande. The reason we're talking about this is that he has tattoos done on himself for those relationships as well. In the case of Cassie David, he had one of her drawings tattooed on his right forearm, and in the case of Ariana Grande, he not only moved extremely fast in that relationship and got engaged with her, he also had the album art for one of her albums tattooed at the back of his ear. After things ended between Ariana and him, he went ahead and had that tattoo covered up with a black heart. This shows a clear pattern of him getting tattoos referencing his girlfriend and then later having them removed. This is why fans are worried about what this means for his relationship with Kim and their future.
I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
Number 3. Mental issues with Pete. Getting tattoos of someone you're in a relationship with might seem like a normal thing for someone with a stable mental health, but that is unfortunately not the case with Pete Davidson. He's talked at length about why he had started getting tattoos and the issues that he has with his mental health. He said that due to him not being mentally stable, he resorted to cutting himself, and one of the places he did so was his chest. He explained that he had started getting tattoos mainly for the reason of covering up his cuts. One thing that's admirable about him is the fact that he's never hidden his struggles with anyone he's been in a relationship with. He said that whenever he starts to date someone, he comes clean with them about his issues. He also said that he cut himself because that was the only thing that got him to release the frustration he had inside. But all this talk has fans concerned nonetheless, so let's talk about that. Number 2. Concern among fans.
That kind of hurt me for sure, because I think anyone that knows me knows that I love hard.
Given the history that Pete has of getting tattoos, fans are of the opinion that Kim thinking that those tattoos are cute is entirely the wrong thing to be feeling. One fan delved deep into the reasoning of why Pete had done such a thing and came to the conclusion that Pete was feeling obsessed with Kim and that it was a major red flag in their relationship. They also said that it was not normal for Pete to be doing such things and could be a sign of his troubled mental health. This is why fans are of the opinion that if Kim really feels affectionate towards Pete, she should discourage such behavior from him. But that leads us into the next thing that's wrong about this whole relationship.
SNL making my wife say I divorced him on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off, and I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced.
Number 1. Kim being manipulative. If you haven't been following Kim for a long time, you might not think too much about what's happening in this relationship, but fans who've been following Kim a while point to the fact that she's done things like this in the past as well. Back when Kanye was being mentally unstable and insulting Taylor Swift by using a body that looked like her without her consent, Kim stood by and defended his decision of doing so. She should have instead stopped him from doing such things, but all this points to the fact that whether intentional or not, Kim doesn't care about the mental health of her partners, which is a very worrying sign for Pete Davidson. So these were some of the details of Kim manipulating Pete. While the two of them might be happy in their relationship as of now, underneath the surface, it's starting to look very one-sided now. That brings us to the end of our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit that bell if you don't want to miss out on future videos. If you enjoy the content, then go ahead and leave us a like, and until next time, take care and goodbye.